a welcome reminder. You just don't take anything for granted, and it feels, earned, and you just realize how tough it is to win in this league, and collectively we're able to come together and get the job done tonight. It doesn't matter how, who, when, or what. It's just a matter of getting the game, and we were able to do that. The spirit was good, and there wasn't discouragement, this morning in the prep, and I thought there was a professionalism, to the approach tonight, and now we have to, gear up and rest up, heal up, and get ready, for the matinee game.
When you look at deflections, steals, how much of that is a good indicator for when the defense is on?
Yes. Yes. We've said that all year long. We're at our best when we're active, we're disruptive, we're making our presence felt, and we're up and into, offensive teams. We're making them feel us. If they're getting wherever they want to go, and there's no disruption, then, we're not the biggest team. We're not small either, but if teams can just take it to us, that's not our winning formula. I thought the start of the game set the tone, even though it was like back and forth, for most of the first half. The activity level was set from the beginning. Terry was terrific with his activity. Caleb was outstanding. Bam was really good defensively, and then everybody just joined the party from there. The deflections, steals, disruption. The activity plays, it looked a lot more like us.
The way Bam dominated in the second period, was that just his force of will? Was there something you saw, even against their size, with his quickness, you thought he can get 16?
Yeah, what Bam is about is just being a great competitor, and he wanted to make sure that he was going to impose his will on this game, and he did it on both ends of the court and do whatever we had to do to get this win. And, he was setting the tone in that second quarter, and it wasn't just that scoring, but obviously that was big. I mean, he had some, impactful plays, momentum plays, and then defensively he was everywhere. And that's what your leaders, do. In these tough moments of a season, they step up and you just follow them.
We ask you this every year, but it's 2 games in a row now that Bam's hit that above the break three. Is that a shot when teams aren't giving him that space?
Yeah, it's interesting. I had this discussion with him during the summer, and he was working on his corner three, and I was cool with that. I want him to work on the three, but I told him that the three that would be more available would be the one at the top. That's where he ends up being more often. Like the spacing, typically it doesn't make really sense for our roster for him to be in the corner. There's other guys that would be in the corner, but he's up top all the time. And also I watch him, now for several months. That's the one, he's most proficient on. So I'm good with him shooting that. If they're playing way back, he's a great decision maker. So that's going to lead to a great action where somebody, in a deep drop, which is a problem for if you're Duncan's coming off or Jimmy or somebody like that. But if they're going to totally lay off, I've seen him make that one enough. And we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Speaking of Duncan, those 3 3-pointers to break it open, how important was it?
Yeah, I loved seeing the competitive fire and the spirit, not only from Duncan. I think that was just something that he just let out because the emotion and everything. He wants to make every shot. He doesn't want to let the team down, and you can't control whether the ball goes in all the time, but he always creates something good for our offense when he's moving around, creating overreactions, making plays, off the dribble, all of that. But he's as ignitable as anybody in this league. If he sees one go down, the first one was, I think, end of the clock, and that was a tough one. It's probably one of the tougher ones that he's hit or shot in the last few games. He's had some much easier ones, but I don't know. Sometimes when he hits one of those, it can become an avalanche, from there. But his defensive activity was also very good, and great to see the fire. The fire was really coming from Duncan and Caleb. Caleb was his spirit, his voice, his intensity, all that stuff was contagious. He basically let every single person in our camp understand how important this game was. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Practice tomorrow?
No, we're doing at the hotel.